Good evening. Come in, update yourselves. Update yourselves. Here we go. Good evening, Scott. Can someone just do us a quick sound and vision check? Just make sure everything's all right before we get into everything. Just make sure that it sounds okay, looks okay. I'll make sure that that doesn't reflect. All good. Lucky Vapes, good evening. Steve Newell, Daniel Roberts, Martin Smith, Wayne Swatton. Good evening, guys. Just give everyone a chance to start logging in, doing their bits and pieces, getting on the before we get anywhere. All sound and video 100%. Cheers, buddy. Thank you. So that's Raymond Garrett, Ash Cotton, Michael Cooper, Neil Andrews, Dan Richards, John Humphreys. Good evening, fellas. Thank you for joining us. Exciting stuff, innit? I'm excited about. I'm more excited about this one than I was the others. I don't know why, because I think this is one that I would like to win, to be honest. Ash Cotton, how the fishing going? Well, I'm guessing you might have seen the last video that I put together. That was 2 separate evenings of smoothhound fishing. Got to enjoy that stuff. That stuff's all good. Let's just see if I can just blank that out a little bit. The yeah, so smoothhound fishing was the last one. Some people had problems with sound, and every time I've watched it back, I haven't had problems with sound. The original footage has no problem with sound, and the only thing I can think of is something corrupted in the upload. I don't know. I haven't had a chance to look at it, to resolve it. I might just re-upload it. If I can't resolve it, I'll just re-upload it. But yeah, smoothhound fishing, south coast of England, amazing. Such good sport. 6, 7, 8 pound smoothhounds. They fight so well. So fishing, yeah, it's been really good. But I'm on a bit of a panic now, so I'm due to travel up to Scotland. The fishing wagon's loaded, almost ready to go. Would you believe I'm still waiting on a solar panel? So the weather at the beginning of this week doesn't look too good. So I think I'm going to be travelling Tuesday daytime, Tuesday night, to be out on a boat on Wednesday. We're hunting for monsters. We're after the big stuff. But I've got nothing to keep my fridges alive. My fridge, my bait fridge and my van, because my solar panel hasn't arrived yet. So Rover 123, van looking good. Thank you very much, buddy. It's a work in progress, and I wasn't just going to chuck loads of money at it, pay a van builder. I could have had one turn around in a couple of 3 weeks. It's going to be on a month by month. So the 2 large batteries, that's the battery bank. I don't know many vans that have got a 300 amp hour battery bank, 290 amp hours I think I've got. They're big industrial batteries. And the solar panel hopefully is coming tomorrow. So if it comes tomorrow, it'll be on the roof tomorrow afternoon. John Taylor, good evening. Mark Cooper, Paul Dixon, Chris Kozlowski, hope that's pronounced. Oben Fisher, Lee, good evening, buddy. I'll be up there soon. It won't be long. Samuel Hughes, Anthony, I can't pronounce that surname, Labouchane. I hope I've got that even near right. Chris Catewell, Will Bailey fishing. Good evening, guys. William Burgess. It's all going good, mate. I've been that busy, I haven't shaved again. No intention of growing a beard, I just haven't shaved. Southwest of Scotland on your way up. It's going to be a long drive. I'm figuring 12 to 14 hours, I think. That'll give the fishing wagon a good run for its money. Evening from Normandy, Pete Mosley. Normandy. That sounds interesting. What's the Normandy coast like for fishing? I'm guessing it's like the opposite of the south coast. I don't know. You've got longer, shallower, surfy type sand beaches along Normandy, haven't you? That'd be interesting. We may have to talk about that. Peter Vine and Stephen Harper. Stephen Harper, smooth talking, honey potions. Yeah, flattery will get you everywhere. It won't win you the competition because the machine picks the winner. But yeah, flattery doesn't hurt. Andy Collins, good evening, buddy. So it is 5 minutes past. I'll give it. I know you're all itching. Everyone wants to know who the winner is. I'll give them a couple more minutes just because people like to see it live. I've plugged everything into the confuser, into the machine, and I'll press a button and it will pick a winner. The only thing I will say, in fact, I will go on to it very quickly now. So you can get quite a lot of information from this site into what's going on and all the rest of it. So, because we're past 8 o'clock now, I'll do a refresh. So we will go. It has to be on the correct film when you put your comment on, because that's what I'm searching for. So the machine's just going for a search now. There are 378 entries, okay? But there's probably close to 1,000 comments. So somebody's not doing something right somewhere. And then if I filter for users, those 378 entries came from 113 people. So I'll take the filter by users out so that people that have put their daily comments in, as was suggested, give yourself 378 entries. Okay, so I'll just quickly check to make sure that we're all caught up. Tackle vans. Right, so just very quickly then. So my Century fire blades have arrived. 6 weeks on the dot. So if you're being told, if you're ordering, they were behind for Corona. They've been working to get the next batches out. I totally respect all the information I've got from Century. I haven't mentioned the dealer that I bought them from, and I won't, because the information flow was awful. They knew when they were going to get them, but they wouldn't tell me. And they just kept saying, you have to wait, you have to wait, you have to wait. You have to be patient, you're next in line, you're next in but one in line. Okay, I put all my money up front. They had the money in their account, but they wouldn't tell me when they were going to come. Century knew when they were going to get delivered, but the dealer wouldn't tell me when. That's what got my goat, but I'm not going to mention names. So I've got my Centuries with the 525 Mag 3s. I've got the Ron Thompson accelerators, which are going to get a bit of a stretch out up in Scotland, but I haven't got the spin fishers yet. So I know they're not up to the job. I'm going to have to make do with the surf blasters. I know the drag isn't what I need for the big stuff up there. But there's a twist. We're going out on a boat for something. I'm going to fish from the shore for something else. Don't want to give too much away, because I think it's going to be a cracking film, this one. It is going to be an absolute... I'm really excited about it. Let's just see if we can catch up. So yeah, so I've got the Century fire blades matched with Mag 3s, and I've got the Ron Thompson accelerators, and they're going to go with the spin fishers because of the 40-pound drag. Very quickly catch up. Andy Scott, Stephen Harper. Went to and your fridge got switched to heat. Mine won't do that. I must admit, there's one thing I paid a lot of money for, and I always questioned whether it was worth spending the money. And I bought a proper off-roady, robust compressor, car-designed fridge, 50-litre fridge, top entry, proper refrigerant gas, low wattage, and it's clever, so it monitors the condition of your battery as well. It won't switch to heat. But that made me funny. You had cooked fish when you got there. Flippy floppy towel on a £150 common skate. You're giving it all away. You're giving it all away. Flippy floppy t-shirts, they might be on their way. Okay, so yeah, Sam talking about medium to heavy spinning rod with a baitcaster reel. And barn doors and spur dogs. You read me like a book, don't you? I've never caught a spur dog. It's on my tippy toppy of my list of things that I'd like to catch. That's what I'm going to target from the shore for this trip. And a common skate. Let's see how big we can go, eh? I don't want to give too much away because names, skipper, boat, It's all going to be in the video. It's all going to be in the description. Big chuck ups. You know, this thing has been in its planning stage for months, pre-Christmas, and even further before that for the skipper of the boat. Really, it is going to be one to watch. It's going to be a good one. Flippy floppy wings, more like. Yeah, possibly. There might be another t-shirt then. Right, so we are, I know, all excited, because I'm excited. I'm excited to see who wins. I genuinely am. We can jibber jabber to our heart's content afterwards, for those of you that would want to, but there are people that have logged in just for the competition. So I'm going to refresh everything to make sure it's all good. Correct word, multiple entries, specific text on the thing. Machine's doing it. Just make sure anyone hasn't sneaked a quick one in now. 378 entries. So this is the bit that's hard to show on camera, but because the site I'm using has advertising, I press that button there and then it will start to generate the names, and then one name will pop up. So here we go. It's generating names, as you can see them flicking across, and the winning name is, I can't read it because it's back to front, Stephen Ansell. That name rings a bell. Stephen Ansell is the winner of tonight's competition, or this month's, July's competition. Absolutely chuffed to bits for you, buddy. Get in contact with me. What I'm going to do, like always, because we do this, don't we, I'm going to pick another winner in case this one falls through for some reason. And this is a second. This person unfortunately hasn't won anything other than my wishes, I suppose. And the second for this competition, if the first one falls through, is Ant Boone. But Steve Ansell, you've won, buddy. All you need to do is get in touch with me. Contact me on here via email, Facebook or Instagram. However you choose to contact me. We'll exchange details. We'll do some shopping. You get to choose. It's a cracker, this one. You get to choose from one online retailer, £75 selection of terminal tackle. I'll get it delivered direct to your door. I pay for it. You get it. Can't say fairer than that, can I? Right then, let's have a quick look. I'll tell you what I didn't do is photograph the screen, but I can watch it back. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Right, seriously, only the second thing you've ever won. That went when you won something. There's people out there that have never won anything. In fact, the first competition winner from here, the guy said he'd never ever won anything, and he was over the moon. But Steve, seriously, buddy, well done, congratulations. I would have liked to have won this one myself. While we're talking about competitions, I've got ideas. I haven't decided what August's going to be. So I am open to some suggestions, although I've got some ideas of my own. It's going to be in the £75 to £100 bracket, depending on what it is, how it is, what it is. It's going to have to be fishing specific and something that's attractive to all. So if you would like, I don't know, a brand new rubber doodah for your flip-flop widgemer-flop, I'm not putting that up as a competition because no one else wants one. But if it's something that generically lots of people would like to win, let's do it. Give us some suggestions. August, we'll do another good one. I like this one. This one was good from my point of view. Stephen Ansell. That's cracking, that is. I hope you chuffed a bit, Steve. It's good stuff. And everyone's like, oh, I didn't win. There was only 100 and whatever it was people that entered. There was only 300 and something odd entries. You had fairly decent odds for winning something, even though there was only one prize. A rubber what? Flipping me flop Jubilee, you know, the flip flang floppy what, you know, that twists and adjusts. And if you do the pressure right, temperature goes up. Mark Williams clothing range. Right, it's in front of me. It's on the floor. I'm so disorganised. I should have put one on. I've got my first batch of stuff that's come through, and I actually do really like the quality. The hoodie is super warm, like super warm. I know it's warm outside and all the rest of it, but I went fishing, hound fishing I think. I put it on later in the evening. I wasn't filming at the time. Filming for hounds is hectic. You need a standalone cameraman. I lost so many bites that night. Yeah, the hoodie, super warm. I ordered it in my size. It's come, it's perfect fitment. Hood's really nice. No, when hoods are too tight and too small and just cack, you're not going to use it if it's cack. Seriously, the hoodies are really nice. Not super expensive. The t-shirts are nice and the fleeces are nice. That is the embroidered clothing. The printed t-shirts, we're still working on them because we've got really high standards for that. One of them came through and I didn't like it. And boom, seriously fella, you know, if Steve wasn't going to come good, then obviously you were in the running. I always pick at least 2, sometimes 3. And seriously, contact me, we'll exchange details, I'll stick something in the post for you. I'm good like that, I'll look after you. And seriously, get in touch with us, give us your address, I'll fire something off to you. So Wayne's asking questions. Oh, digital scales, Andy Collins. That's a good idea. Digital scales. In fact, not stealing your thunder, because you've put it up, it was one of my considerations. I thought a good quality, nice set of digital scales. We're still spinning the idea. Digital scales, head torch, bait prep combo. So a really nice filleting knife, not just a 10, 15 pound, you know, like a 50, 60, a lifetime keeper, a really nice filleting knife, bait scissors, bait needles, you know, a big combo package just on bait prep. That was one of my favourites, but I'll put it up for a vote and you can vote for what you'd like to win. So we'll put it up on the community channel and I'll give you some selections for the August comp. So digital scales is a good one. Bait prep combo is my personal favourite, but I'm willing to sway on that. What else do we say? Oh, head torch, nice quality head torch. That might come closer to the winter when you actually need it. No one needs one now. So Wayne Gase 123 wants to spend £100 beach caster and reel. Any recommendations? Second hand, buddy. Get yourself on Facebook buying and selling page, whatever it is. Don't buy new. Buy what someone else wants to offload. You might get yourself a tripod, a beach caster, a reel, some tackle, some odds, and get yourself right into it. With £100 second hand, you should be able to get yourself quite. Don't go down the route of trying to buy new, because you've got VAT on top of what you've just bought. You've got the dealership uplift. Whereas if you go second hand, you might get it for half the price it will cost you. You'll get twice the gear for 2/3 of the money. Excuse me. Some sexy toy, that is. What toy? This isn't that kind of channel. If it's big and floppy, it's a tail. It's not a toy. Stephen Ansell, ridiculously chuffed. Yeah, seriously, buddy, you've done exactly as I explained. You've quoted in the right place and you've done your daily quotes. You upped your chances, didn't it? It was a 2-week. It seemed a little bit long, to be honest. If I was going to do multiple entries next time, I might only do it a week or just single entry. But because my phone was lighting up like a Christmas tree. It got a bit much. But yes, Steve, you played the game exactly right, and it's come good for you, fella. I couldn't be more pleased for you. Hoodie sounds good. I'm chuffed with the hoodie. If I had it here, I could actually show. I haven't, have I? He says I have. I only have. I didn't think it was the hoodie. Right. I went, because nobody wants something that's all guns blazing stuff. I went for the very simple, but a different colour scheme. The same symbol, but because it's a charcoal grey hoodie, nice size hood, look, double lined, extra thick string, so the string doesn't just disappear the first time you wear it or wash it. A little bit of room in the arms, nice long sleeves. I know all this sounds really, but Mark, what are you talking about? It's a fishing channel, it's not clothing. Seriously, I've studied clothing. I wanted something that was absolutely tip top, and I am actually I've been wearing this. So if you're wondering, big pockets. And it hasn't just all gone out of shape. I've worn this a few times. It's covered in fish stuff as well. When I say fish stuff, you know, sliming, cack, and it was near the wash basket, ready to be washed. A hoodie. I'm chuffed to bits for that. I just need to find out about a bulk order now. Polo shirts. It sounds like I've set you all up for this, doesn't it? Let me show you. It's good stuff. Oh, I know I've disappeared off camera. It's really rude. Right. So just for this stuff at the moment, the t-shirts have come out, I think, for the simplistic style, not the printed style. They've come out really well. And the sizing is absolutely spot on. I'm short and fat, and I ordered short and fat, and it fits. And the polo shirts, I'm chuffed to bits with those as well. They look quite natty. That's all the first lot of the embroidered gear that's come through. The printed t-shirts, I think, are going to be the most popular. The embroidered gear was a tester, you know, because I wanted a hoodie, but I got a whole package deal. Bake prep gear is good. I don't want to sway it. I will put 3 or 4 items on the community channel at the beginning of August, so you can vote for what you would like to win. I'll put the suggestions up, but you can vote, and without any input from me, the most popular one will be next month's competition. Marcus Hitchcock, good evening, buddy. Wayne Grace, you're welcome. I don't know if you've seen any of this before. The flavour of the channel itself, I'm only following in the footsteps of others. There's so much help out there that if you're in this community, if this is your sport, this is your hobby, even if you just watch it because you no longer do it, you don't want to go out in the winter and get cold, but you don't mind watching me get lashed with the weather and stuff. It's all good, isn't it? We're here to help. Do you have a link for your lead weight, please, Mark? My link for my lead weight. I don't understand, buddy. Peter Vine. Oh, no, sorry, wrong one. Michael Cooper. Do you have a link for your lead weight? No, I don't. Weighing sling for hounds. Yes, right. So I'll be the first to admit, I like to look after my fish, and what I was using was a very large plastic bag that I'd cut open. So I was hanging it from the scales, but it was from I can't remember what it's from. It's from motorbike clothing or something, but they laid nice in it, and because it wasn't coarse, it wasn't going to rub the skin up, and you know, fish don't like being handled and touched, the minimum possible, and keep them wet. They like to stay wet, don't they? But a weighing sling. So if digital scales win, I will add a weighing sling to go with the digital scales. That is a cracking idea. Peter Vine, definitely. If the digital scales win, it will come with a weighing sling. Nick Mann, subtle logo. That was the whole idea behind that. The printed t-shirts are going to be in your face, both colour and design. So that is the subtle side of things. The printed stuff will be bonkers. Next prize, maybe winter clothing. Not far away from catching white in a hive already. So let's think that through. So August, I think we'll stick winter clothing later in the year. These, I don't know if I've mentioned it already, but these competitions are going to culminate in one very specific delivered, received in time Christmas special competition, and then I'm going to stop it for this year. So this is steady, slowly catchy monkey all the way up to November, and then we'll do a special Christmas prize week where the prize hopefully gets to the person's door in time for Christmas. That's going to be a good one, isn't it? Don't you have a washing machine? I've got a very nice washing machine, thank you very much. I saved up a lot of money. Bought myself a nice one. I didn't buy myself one, that's a lie. I bought Mrs. W a really nice one. I was working out in Saudi Arabia, saved all my pennies up, and bought her one of those whatever it is, I don't know what they call it. She likes it. Right, nice hoodie. How much do they cost? I don't know. So I got the proofs through. I paid quite a lot of money because you have to pay for all the setup fees and all the other bits and pieces and all the rest of it. I'm looking for someone to do fulfillment. If I can't get fulfillment at quality, it's all about the quality. If it's not quality, I'm not interested. Most of the fulfillments are for lower end stuff. That means then I have to make the orders. And I'm thinking, to make it very simple, do a monthly order. You get everyone's wishes in, based on the numbers. That dictates the price, because the more you order, the less it is. You can't predict it. Allow everyone to know the price, so there's no skullduggery and cloak and mirrors, you know, and all that kind of stuff. They get to confirm whether they want it or not, and then with a 48-hour period of that going on, you place the order and then you get them delivered out. That's the way I see it working. That makes it good gear, cheap, make a couple of pound on each item, gets invested in the channel, buys more prizes, makes more people happy. Bag for life, good sling. Wayne Gase, absolutely. That fancy knife sharpener, that's a good price. Maybe, again, we're talking it through, a really nice filleting knife with a Lanxey knife sharpener. You're set for life. If you get a good filleting knife and a good sharpening kit, there's no excuses then, are there? Because you can practice to your heart's content, watch the video loads of times, and keep it. There's nothing like a really... I watch so many people cutting and prepping bait on rocks and stones and blunt knives, and seriously, a nice sharp knife just makes it so easy. And if you're scared of using a sharp knife, get a really good pair of bait scissors. What's that then? So, Michael Cooper, can't seem to find anything like what I use. You have to give me a bit of enlightenment there, fella, because I might be able to help you. MW socks for the perfect Xmas gift. I was thinking pants. Like licorice thongs that you wear inside out, back to front. I don't know, something like that with MW on the front. I'm open to suggestions. Mick Foreman, clothing looks okay, good, looks good. Polo shirts and hoodie. And how do you go about buying some? Seriously, Ash, this stuff is taking so long to get to where I am now. I'm on the cusp of, I'll do prices, I'll give you the chance to buy it, and I'll put it on the community channel or I'll do it on a video. But seriously, I just really want to make sure it's right before we even... If I'm going to sell it to people, if people are going to pay for it, I would like it to be right. Chris Catewell, gotta go, you're burning the missus' dinner. Go, go, go. Get a cup of water on it, it'll be alright. Scrape the black stuff off, it'll be all good. Don Boy, good afternoon. Evening, buddy. Hi guys, found you on Instagram, then YouTube. Mark Buckingham. Yeah, welcome to the channel, Mark. You're more than welcome. Pitch in, ask what you like, criticise, be kind. Watch the videos. Flippy floppy t-shirts, we got some cracking designs. So to give you an idea, because you've met these people, if you've watched all of the videos, my brother sketched designs. He was in the Southbourne video when he caught a turbot from the beach. He caught a turbot, a ray, and lost a bass that night. He had a cracking session that night, and he's on one of the films. He's a very talented artist. He sketched the designs, and then a very talented artist again, Stu Harris. Yeah, Stu Harris, that made me think then. The Sweet Corn Kid, he does all that computerised stuff, and he digitised the drawings, and then they're ready for sending off, and we've done some little bits and pieces. So that's what's going to get printed on the t-shirts. I'm really excited about those, they are good. So it's not just me, I'm getting help from loads of different people as well. An old number plate is a chopping board. I must admit, I've got quite a big chopping board, but I like having a big chopping board. I've seen different people use very small items, you know, like little tiny, because basically once it's bigger than a mackerel, how much bigger do you need it? Winner gets a t-shirt with Mrs. W on it with a toilet roll from the garage. You're starting to drag up the past now, aren't you? I got away with that. I got away with it, and we're all good. You need to keep that one under the QT. Sib plus spur dog equals puncture. Something to think about. Now you tell me. I'll put the sib in the van, ready to go. And now you're telling me I'm going to put my life in my hands, catching a spur dog. I catch a spur dog from the shore. Sorry, on the lead weight, can't find anything like them. Is this the lead weights that I fish with? Is that what you're talking about? So this is... am I getting cross wires here or something? Michael Cooper, on your lead weight, I can't find anything like them. Is that the ones that you see me fishing with? Afternoon here in Canada, Don Boy. What part of Canada? Is this Northern Canada, Halifax, Nova Scotia, around that area? I'm only saying that because I know that area. I've been there a couple of times and I nearly emigrated there. Have you used them or do you have any feelings for it? Right, so John Kavanagh's asking about Penn Surf Blasters. So John hasn't watched any of the videos. Because for the last 6-7 months all I've used is Surf Blasters. Have I got a feeling about them? So I've used them not to destruction because they haven't exploded or fallen apart. Yeah, if you're going to beach fish with a big beach casting, extend your range, long continental style rod, I can't fault them. I will admit that I've used recently the Surf Blasters, Shimano Beastmasters and the Penn 525 Mag 3s. They've all got their place. But for a decent, beefy, and they are quite heavy, that's one of the downsides. I'm not just going to say they're absolutely brilliant because everything's got pluses and minuses. But the Surf Blasters are quite beefy and put a bit of weight into the bottom end of the rod. But you can't fault them. They're really robust, really good reels. For the money bracket, you have to remember how much you're paying for them. Because if you want to pay £300, £400, £500, you're going to get a different quality reel altogether. But Surf Blasters are a good all-round cover the action that you require. Imps are the connections. So they're made by Breakaway. So Imps are made by Breakaway tackle, and they are like a quick link or fast link with the with the hook detached as it hits the water. Hydrostatic forces lifts the little paddle and ejects your hook. If you're really struggling, if you look back into a couple of my videos in the description, there are some links for terminal tackle there, and you can click on it, find it. Don't need to do anything from there if you don't want to. Find it, find the details, and then search elsewhere on the internet. But all the tackle suppliers supply Imps as far as I understand it. Let's have a look. So Chris Catewell's still burning the dinner. Just catching up, sorry. Yeah, Surf Blasters evening also. If she watches this, she'll be kicking a flippy floppy tail. Yes, no, it's all right. Mrs. W. Cell, she's good. Right, so William Burgess is quite new to sea fishing, fishes a lot of rough ground. Braid or mono, or is it about the same? So I would say, think this through. I fished the Bristol Channel recently and I used mono with a decent shock leader. There's nothing wrong with using, because of the diameter, for good braid. If you're using cheaper braid, then you don't get the small diameters. You could use braid with a shock leader. Best of both worlds, because braid doesn't really fare well with abrasion. You get the slightest nick in it, strands start to come up, and you've weakened the line quite distinctly. Whereas mono is a bit more tolerant. I'll leave that open, seriously, because I don't really fish heavy ground. I fish light to medium at the best. So maybe someone else can pitch in with that. I would possibly say braid with a shock leader, Although one of the aspects of going to braid is you can go without a shock leader all the way through, but that doesn't stop you from putting a shock leader on. Or do you just make your rigs a little bit longer? I'm sure someone will comment in a minute. It's not, I'm no expert with that. Let's have a look. House of Anne conversion, Marcus Hitchcock. So I did mention it right at the very beginning, but I appreciate some are catching up. I've put the battery bank in, huge, 290 amp hours. A solar panel is coming tomorrow. I did have a kit organised for split charge as well, but the amperage and capacities conflicted slightly. So I think I'm going solar only. So I'm going to add one solar panel to start with and possibly add a second. But the battery bank, the reserve capacity, 290 amp hours with a possible 43 amp hour or 43 amp initial draw. That's huge. That is massive. You know, most caravans, most camper vans have one 110 amp hour battery. Mine are 145 and I've got two of them. So it's almost triple what is standard. It will power a lot. Bear in mind I'm going to go efficient with everything else, so it's LED lighting, and most of it is for camera charging and batteries and, you know, keeping things topped up, as well as the LED lights and all the rest of it. It's a massive reserve. So solar and battery will be the next video. Will Bailey, he can vouch for a pair of Surf Blaster 2s because I made him buy a pair. I twisted your arm, did I? No, they are good reels. For what they are and the price range where they're sat, I think they're good reels. James Cracker, just logged in. You put some effort into winning the competition. We didn't turn up on time. You're 32 minutes late. Pulling your leg. Normally use, I see you using yellow. They're like a star pyramid shape. Do you think the extra bright? I presume it was yellow. The colours on my weights and stuff like that aren't there for attraction. What I've switched to yellow mono on the multipliers. Just helps to see it at night. And as much as I don't want to admit this, if we're going out in a group of people, and sometimes I'm fishing with 2 or 3 other people, and we've all fishing 2 rods each, and that's the 6 or 8 rods in fairly close proximity, sometimes we do get crossed up. Now whether that's someone else's casting, my casting, or you've laid your lines out, the tide's changed from going left to right, it's going now right to left, picks the lead up, moves it across, and someone else doesn't and it grips. For whatever reason, sometimes we do get crossed up. When you pull that back and you're pulling your buddies in as well, it helps if it's bright yellow. You can just see it. I don't do it for attraction. I don't do it for any kind of bait, fish attractant or anything like that. Ash has got to shoot off. Take care, buddy. Look after yourself. Yeah, so Michael Cooper sort of confirmed something we was talking about just a minute ago. Braid with a shock leader. I hope it's not just me talking rubbish. Veals have the leads that he's been after. They are. I can't think of what they're called now. It's completely escaped me. I can comment on this later, and I'll add a link or something later on. Right. So Dave prefers mono with a good shock leader for rough ground. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. Found braid get roughed up. Yeah. That would be my concern, that braid doesn't tolerate really getting roughed up. So I quite like using braid, but I'm fishing mainly on clean ground. William Burgess got to go. Mrs. wants a bottle of wine, so he's off up to the shops. Got to keep him happy, mate. Happy wife, happy life. That's what they say, isn't it? Mine's happy when I go fishing because she gets the TV remote. Steve Newell got to go. Steve Newell, you are being naughty. If you've been sat here listening to me jabbering on, it's your wedding anniversary and you're about to go out. Congratulations. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Newell. Happy anniversary. I hope you have a good night out. Don't get squiffy. And let us know how you get on. There's going to be some Barry White music on later on, isn't there, in the Newell household. Will Bailey fishing. Do you plan on going abroad at some stage? I'm going to Qatar. When I say Qatar, I'm not saying guitar as in ding ling ling. Qatar. Qatar, yeah. I travel for my work sometimes, and if I can sneak a fishing rod and reel in with, but with what you're saying, and it's only sparked my interest earlier when I read a comment, north of France, continental style fishing, north of France, sounds like an excuse for a holiday, with a fruit based drink designed for ladies. Red wine's my poison. I'd like to go abroad and do some fishing, actually. I'd like to go to France and do some fishing, because I like France. Right. Shorecast Solent Leads, Phil Carpenter. I'll look those up. Braid with £50 mono leader for rough ground for me, Clive Painter. Yeah, see, everyone's going to have a slight variation on it. But my instant gut feeling was braid and then the mono shock leader. But then, depending on how bad it is whether it's mono to mono shock leader. I don't know. Depends on the situation that you're in. Wayne Swatton, good draw again, mate. Thanks. Night, you're off. Cheers, Wayne. Nice seeing you. What time? Yeah, we're getting on, aren't we? Time's getting going. Chris, right. So, Charalambus. Charalambus? Chris? I hope I've pronounced that right. I do try. I'm reading it, and yes, mate, I'm all well. I hope you're well too. I hope you're all good. Andy Collins shooting off. Do you venture for Cornwall? Favourite spot and what species? I haven't, but I will, because everything we had planned for this year and the Scotland trip has been a long-seated plan. 2 trips to Scotland, may I add. It's not just one, it's 2 trips. Wales, Bristol Channel, Somerset, north coast of Cornwall, and like the southwest, right down at the bottom, southwest. We went to Torquay recently. Yeah, it was all on the cards, and a lot of our plans got absolutely whitewashed when the coronavirus restrictions kicked in. And we're just catching back up now. So when I say we, I get help by lots of people. Colin and Clive, my fishing buddies, Stu Harris, very close friend, fishing buddy of mine. A lot of people that support me online, a lot of people that message and talk and help me with all sorts of things, including other YouTube channels. We all talk, we all help each other out. But yeah, so Cornwall is high on the list as well. But so's Kent, so's Norfolk, so's the Channel Islands. I want to go and see Troy and all the other guys, and Captain Dano and all the other guys out in the Channel Islands, catch a lift on a boat. I'd like to go to Norfolk. I would like to catch up with the From the Water's Edge guys. Love those videos, absolutely love those videos. And all around the country. That was the whole reason behind buying the fishing wagon in the first place. I've sold my car. Mrs. W still got her car, but I sold my car. Got the fishing wagon, so I can travel and sleep overnight if need be. Have you fished Westwood Ho? No, I haven't, but I would like to, and it's on my list. Perfectly pronounced. That's a first. Chris. Southern Ireland's a fantastic place and some amazing fishing and people. I totally agree, Stephen. I would love to fish in Southern Ireland. The countryside is amazing. The shoreline is absolutely spectacular. And given half a chance, I would bite someone's arm off to have a go at fishing in the south of Ireland. Don Boy enjoys watching the Guernsey Boys too. They've got some they're blessed, aren't they? You know, the seas, the coastline, the rocky coastline. Yeah, it reminds me a lot of Cornish coastline, Guernsey, Jersey coastline. And I used to go to Jersey and Guernsey quite a lot on ships when I was out working at sea. Excuse me. So Lincolnshire coast, sorry, so you've seen this guy in a couple of videos as well. So my fishing buddy Ben, who was living down in Bournemouth, because he was living down in Bournemouth, we used to fish Southbourne and some other of the local area marks down there. He's moving top north with his job. So he's moving top north, and I'm looking at knocking on his door when it comes to cod season. So in the winter, when the temperature drops, apart from the religious ritual that is the trip down to Chesil, we haven't done enough Chesil fishing this year. We really haven't. That was going to be a once a month deal until Corona kicked in, and now the encampments are on the beach for fluff chucking and mackerel catching. It sort of puts a bit of a taint on things for me, that does a little bit. I'm gibbering, I know. I am jabbering all over the place. But Lincolnshire coast, October, November, I think that's definitely on our list. Our list is quite extensive, and we're not going to be able to do it all. But what we don't do this year, we do next year. We try and cover all bases. I haven't looked recently, but I think we're in excess of 40 videos, I think now. 20 something of those are fishing trips, venues, places. And we'll just keep adding to them. We'll keep knocking them over. Also revisiting favourites as well. So some of my local area favourites. So Chesil's not too far from me. It's about an hour's drive. Abbotsbury, Dragon's Teeth, West Bexington. Look down at the Portland end in the curve. Down that end. Working our way back, we've got things like Gill Kicker, I've got the whole of the Solent, we've got all of the stretch of water down Bournemouth way. We've got so much choice around here, it is amazing. What's next on your fishing targets? Spur dogs and common skate within this week. That's what I'm aiming for. So Will Bailey got a gurnard at Chesil on Friday. Ever caught one? No, but I've seen someone that has. Does that count? No, it doesn't, does it? I've never caught a gurnard. And Colin, the last time we went to Chesil, he pulled out, and it was like fluorescent orangey red, really bright, vibrant colours. I had a couple of strap eels. He got the gurnard, I got the strap eels. Will Bailey, yeah, you first. They've got huge, great fins, haven't they? Their tail, they're all like head and eyes and mouth, but they've got big pectoral fins. Is that the right ones? Yeah, pectoral fins. And they're quite sinewy, very tough fish, quite spiky as well. And like you say, stunning, amazing creatures to look at. So, without wanting to drag things out, guys, I hope you enjoyed this month's competition. The opportunity to win the £75 worth of terminal tackle. I look forward to talking to Stephen, getting his wish list, ordering his prize and getting it delivered to his door. That's the third competition, and I've been really pleasantly surprised, blown away by the people that have entered, the people that have won, and the expectation for the next one. It's exciting, isn't it? So we will do another one. I'll put a poll up on the community channel. You get a chance to vote. This one that we've just done was mine and mine alone, but the next one I'll give you the opportunity to vote. And we'll work our way up to Christmas. I'm not putting a Santa hat on, and I'm not coming down anyone's chimney, but the Christmas one will be a little bit special. Let's just check, see if I haven't missed anything. Dungeness, cracking venue. Dungeness, I've seen, because I do this exactly the same as you guys do. If I can't fish a place, or I'm interested in fishing a place, I look on YouTube and I watch other guys. And Dungeness, again, I keep saying it. I'm gonna have to show you my list at some point. But yeah, where's the coasters? Right, so there's one on my desk at work. People keep asking, oh, where'd you get that from? That's quite. They're really vibrant. And the rest are downstairs in the living room, where they should be for people to put their cups on rather than staining my furniture. So yeah, Don, cheers for that. I appreciate those, they were good. Peter Vine, cheers, thank you very much. And did you get the fire blade? Oh, right, yeah. So John Price asking about the fire blades. I'm jabbering again, I know I am. So they come through. They are very good quality, really nice, little bit more weight to them than I was expecting. You know, because of the high carbon blank with the glass in the tip and all that kind of stuff. Everyone knows like the specs of them. They are a little bit weightier than I thought, but they're also at the same time they're very small in diameter. and this doesn't matter in the whole scheme of catching fish. It makes no difference at all. But the electric red that's woven into the rods is the same as the electric red on the Mag 3s that I bought to put on them. I didn't do that deliberately. I thought Century rods came with blue trimmings. Didn't realise they come with reds. They were going to clash. But they look amazing. They do look really nice. If you're going to order a set, just ask the right questions when you order them. Are they in stock? And if they're not in stock and I'm putting my money down, how long is it until my order will be fulfilled? It's a very simple question, and people should be able to answer that. So that's the fire blades. Thank you for the Michael Cooper. Yeah. Cheers, buddy. Thank you very much. Stephen Harper. What camera equipment do you use? As I have noticed that it's not waterproof. I'm filming with my phone that is waterproof, and I can use this, and it does 4K 60 frames and is responsible for any slow motion footage you see. The slow-mo and night capture on this phone is amazing, and it's an iPhone. The reason why I use a camera, and it's a mirrorless camera, and you're right, it isn't waterproof. It's very small for an actual proper, fully functioning, like what you'd class as a modern day digital camera. It's very small. But, and this is the big but, sometimes, and I try because it's a bad habit, sometimes when you see me look at the camera, I'm looking away from the camera instead of staring directly at the lens. It's because I'm looking at the screen. I'm checking to make sure that what I'm showing you, or where I am in the shot, is in the right place. So I will move what I'm showing you, or presenting, or what's over my shoulder. I can see it in the screen. Yeah, so that is a Canon M50, EOS M50. That's what I use. A lot of vloggers that don't have to worry about being near the sea, seawater spray and all the rest of it, that wins all the awards as a vlogging camera. It's not that good as an action camera, if that makes sense. Well, it's no good as an action camera. That's what I use. Hope that answers the question. So what I'm filming with now is waterproof, does all the slow-mo, nighttime, action if I'm having to move around. That does all the static stuff. And then underneath there is a very small drone, DJI Spark. If the wind's down enough, I always try and get that up in the air. Take it from a carper, matching tackle matters. Phil, really? Are we really going to go down that route? Are we going to go with posh tackle? Not for me, mate. But I've got posh tackle. I've never had posh tackle before. It's a new one on me. Let's have a look. So we talked about fire blades, talked about the camera, talked about matching tackle. Nick likes competitions. And the next one. Yeah, you're all invited. Come along to the next one. Yay! Yeah, Canon M50, EOS M50. It's all about the karma. Phil, you are funny. You are funny. I do like them. I haven't quite taken them to bed with me yet. So we are in the boudoir. We're in the Mark Williams Sea Angling Loft boudoir. And I've fought the urge to, because I might break the tip or something. And that's not an analogy for anything else. But they've not come up to the bedroom. They're tucked away. So that's it from me, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this competition, even if it is the excitement of the possibility of winning something that personally I would have liked to have won myself. I love going through the comments. I love answering your questions. And this week is an exciting week. So Not just saying it to draw the crowds or increase numbers or do any of those daft nonsense bits and pieces. What we have planned for filming this week should make for possibly the best film on the channel so far. And I'm really excited to show it to you. Excited to go fishing, excited to capture it on film and bring it back and let you guys watch it. So please look forward to the next film. I look forward to doing the next competition, and I hope to spend time with you again sometime soon. Good evening, guys, and let's have a just check, just make sure I've not missed anything. One last one, let's have a look then. What's that? Archie Williams, what's your best cast? Average cast, 100 to 110 yards. On a good day with the wind behind me, I don't know. On a bad day, it snapped off and landed behind me. And if you like me, that's the truth of it. That is the honest God truth of it. What I'd like to do is get better and have some lessons. So if anyone knows of anyone, if anyone here watches and can help me, but I am practicing and I am getting better. I hope that helps. Okay, good evening, guys. I'm going to call it quits there. Look forward to speaking to you again sometime soon, sharing some time with you and sharing what I'm up to and the adventures of my fishing antics. Take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.